don't interrupt. Power vested in me, you are hereby pardoned. Give Abe a big round of applause.
Wow. Wow. That's a big bird. How heavy is that bird?
36 pounds.
36 pounds. It's a big bird. You allowed to touch it? Oh, yeah. Wow. I feel so good about myself, don't you? Are you ready, Drumstick? Okay. Drumstick, you are hereby pardoned.
Oh, 45 million turkeys will make the ultimate sacrifice for America's feast, but not this one.
Walter, just bend down and get his leg. Bend down and get his leg, and then one wing. His other wing, there you go. Other wing. You might have to do it. Okay.
This is a truly free turkey,
Just be careful, Mr. Ridley, if the wing, if he's flared up, he's pretty far. There you go. Okay.
Now we gonna let the kids come by and pet him. That's what
Yeah,
you want to get your family up here first?
Shauna and Aaron, come out. Brianna. My wife's Helen.
Hello, Helen.
It's a fine-looking bird, isn't it? Flyer is probably wondering where he's going to wind up tomorrow. He's probably thinking he's going to end up on somebody's table. Well, I'm happy to report that he and Fryer both have many tomorrows ahead of them.
I hereby pardon Liberty and Bell. We can all give thanks to the gift that is our nation. And let's remember, we are the United States of America. And there is nothing, I mean this sincerely, nothing beyond our capacity when we work together.
Two lucky ducks, lucky turkeys, named Liberty and Bell, were pardoned by President Biden on Monday afternoon on the South Lawn. Our colleague, Ed O'Keefe, another lucky duck, nabbed a coveted interview with one of the birds, along with the chairman of the National Turkey Federation, Steve Licken.
So how on earth is it that you got you and your birds here today to be pardoned by the president?
So as chairman of the National Turkey Federation, it is our honor to have this opportunity to raise the birds. So these birds were hatched in the first week of July. And so they're about 20 weeks old. Liberty here weighs about 42 pounds.
Is that all?
Yep, and he made it here by private coach, of course, Black Stretch Escalade. And took about 3 days, so we like to give them time to stretch their legs and everything so that they're comfortable. But
I would have thought they'd take the gravy train.
I know, yeah, exactly right.
20 weeks.
20 weeks.
And how did you pick the two to bring to Washington?
So it's a great question. So our team of live production professionals that work with them every day are just really making observations. Are they easily agitated? Are they anytime they hear a loud noise, for instance, we're wanting to acclimate them. We let them listen to a lot of music. I can confirm they are Swifties and they do enjoy some Prince now and then.
Really? Well,
yeah.
They're from Minnesota, I would hope so.
Yeah, lots of different toys for them to interact with, and then they just make observations as to their behavior, and we want them to feel comfortable and confident, and you see them strutting accordingly.
So they've now been pardoned.
Yes.
Is this a lifetime pardon or is this a one-year pardon?
No, it's a lifetime pardon, so they're going to spend the rest of their days at the University of Minnesota at what they call their College for Food and Ag Sciences, otherwise known as CFANS, and so they're going to make their way back to Minnesota here, leaving sometime later today, actually.
And they live out their life Reading, just hanging
maybe they'll
out?
catch a hockey game, hang out with Goldie the gopher. No, as you can imagine, so they'll have veterinary students there and faculty. They'll have the very best possible care, and they'll probably get to meet some new people as well.
That is a remarkably well-behaved turkey. I didn't hear a single gobble. Ed O'Keefe, the right man for the job, and Steve Licken, thanks to both of you.
President Biden has carried out his presidential duties today, pardoning a pair of turkeys ahead of Thanksgiving. Now, this is the 76th time that there has been the annual event. Liberty and Belle are from Minnesota and are now spared from a Thanksgiving table. President Biden said he was impressed by the size of the birds before pardoning them.
I hereby pardon Liberty and Belle. All right. Congratulations, birds.
Congratulations, birds, indeed. Well, this particular American tradition got us wondering, why do presidents pardon turkeys? Well, the tradition goes back decades and actually started with a little bit of shade. The first official turkey presentation for a president was back in 1947. As a post-war effort, Harry Truman encouraged, quote, poultry-less Thursdays. Now, you can imagine that inspired a bit of outrage from the poultry industry. They sent Truman a turkey that December. He posed with it, but that unnamed bird was not spared from the dinner table. The poultry industry continued sending turkeys to the White House for an annual pilgrimage, but none of them were pardoned until 1963. Now, that's when President John F. Kennedy decided to spare this turkey, sitting on top of a sign reading, quote, "Good eating, Mr. President." And still officially unnamed, Good Eating became the first turkey pardon, but it wasn't still a full presidential tradition like it is today. Nonetheless, many turkeys were spared, as First Ladies Patricia Nixon and Rosalind Carter both sent turkeys to live out their lives at public zoos and farms. And then Ronald Reagan actually used the occasion to share some laughs with the press during a particularly stressful time during the Iran-Contra scandal. And he was technically the very first president to actually say he was, quote, pardoning Charlie the turkey. Now, the tradition became formalized as an annual event in 1989 with President George H.W. Bush. During the annual receiving ceremony of the birds, he quipped that he could assure the American public that this turkey would not be eaten and instead be given a presidential pardon. Now, he established the rules and really that joke-filled ceremony that every president after would follow. President Barack Obama notoriously loved cracking as many dad jokes as he could during the annual ceremony, a ceremony that continues with all the bad jokes today.
Yeah, that definitely does. I have to say that the turkeys over time seem to have gotten bigger and more potentially delicious looking, making
tiny little turkeys in the beginning.
Much larger, making the pardon all the more significant, Lana, I have to say.
Absolutely.
So real. All right, thank you very much.